Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Tammy. I'm the Siberian Wind, and I am so glad you are here. Welcome to another wonderful Tuesday evening. I'm going to grab this chat because you guys have been blowing it up. So thank you. I see Chloe is in the chat. Jean is here. Judy is here. Glenda's here. Kathy from My Hobby Home is here. Shannon from Slay Arts is here. Guys, this is, you guys, I'm seeing people in my chat that I haven't seen in my chat in a while, so thank you. We've got Mitzi here. We've got Marlene here. Who else? I know, I saw somebody else that thought, if I missed you, I did not mean to. Please let me know. Or if I missed you, please let me know. Laura, welcome in. Glad you made it. Okay, so the Q&A is still up, so you guys can still continue to guess how many show and tells we have tonight. Welcome in, Pam. Glad you made it. Guys, we've hit record numbers, okay? There's only one person in the entire chat, going all the way back to the beginning, that has guessed more than how many we've got, okay? So only one person's gone too high. But most everybody isn't even close to what we're looking at. I'm going to leave it up for another couple minutes so you guys can still guess. While we're doing that, I want to show you, this is what we're going to be giving away next week. Pam says 67. Nope. Judy says 36. Nope. This is the quilt that will be getting sent out. I will get it washed and get this crease pressed out of it. But this is a lap size quilt. It is going from the top of my, let me make sure I can show you guys. There we go. I'm going to bring the camera up just a hair. Marlene, you are really close. She said 56. You are really close. So it is all the way from the top of my picture frames all the way to the floor. So it's not an oversized lap quilt, but it is a good sized lap quilt. So that is what is going home with someone as of next week. Melina's here. Welcome in. Susie's here. Welcome. 85. No, we're not there yet. That is a little too high. We didn't make it to 85 yet. Melina just guessed 53, 58. Hang on, Judy. You might have gotten it. Let me double check. Judy, you're the winner. Judy Hebert, you are the winner. You got it right. 58 pictures tonight, you guys. 58 things have been submitted, or 58 pictures of show and tell items have been submitted for show and tell. How crazy is that? How absolutely crazy. We have almost 60 different pictures. Pam says, me. You're wanting this. Well, you entered, right? As long as you have entered a show and tell giveaway or show and tell in the last 6 months, you are going to be eligible to win this. Melina says that is a lot. Yes, it is. It absolutely is, you guys. Every time we do show and tell, this little printout right here, I have 4 pages. Guys, this is the information you give me about your show and tells, okay? I print it out so I can read it, so I can go find it. Nikki B, first time I think I've seen you in my chat. Welcome. Glad you are here. I promise I'm not trying to miss anybody. But yeah, so you guys, I want to honor all of you for doing the show and tells. It's absolutely amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. Last month we had, let me go back to pull last month real quick. Last month we had 43, and this month alone we have 58. So a little bit of quick math. We're looking at 101 pictures just between September and October. Okay, and we've been doing this for 6 months. These are just the last 2 months alone. You guys are blowing me away. Absolutely blowing me away. And it doesn't matter how intricate your quilt pieces are. It doesn't matter what kind of project it is. It honestly does not matter. what is so inspiring is you guys are putting in the time. You guys are completing projects. You're pulling UFOs out. You're getting behind that sewing, or not behind. You guys are behind my sewing machine right now. You guys are getting in front of your sewing machines and spending time with fabric and thread. And you are putting together just some amazing projects. And I want to celebrate you guys for that. That is fantastic. If you guys see this quilt that's on my wall right now, you guys do see I've got one block here, but the rest of them are missing. Those are getting finished tonight, and that will get sashed up. That is Andrea's Star-Crossed Path quilt. So if you guys like what you're seeing up on the wall, let me actually bring you guys over real quick. And let me get myself out of the way for when I transition over. So I do apologize, I don't have the best lighting on it. But you see this block up in this top corner here. It's going to be repeated down here in this row. There are 6 different blocks going into this quilt. This block and this block are the same block, but it's just different colorways. Same thing here. This block and this block are the same and just in different colorways. You guys, this pattern is going to be fantastic. So if you guys are looking for a star-based quilt, it's intermediate advanced quilt, or intermediate to advanced. But there's going to be a tutorial out on my channel going over how to assemble all of that, so you're not going to miss anything. Jean says, I'm in front of mine daily. Unfortunately, I have so many going on and none done. That is okay. You don't have to finish it to enter Sew and Tell. Show us where you're at. We absolutely all want to see. Pam says, you've got some fans, Tammy. Thank you. Yes, I do. You guys are fantastic. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Susie says, can't wait to get sewing again, getting closer. Oh, yes. You really ought to. I know you've been fighting that. So I'm so glad you are so close to getting back to sewing. And, guys, my birthday's Monday, and I'm not doing a live on my birthday, I don't think, unless my husband convinces me otherwise. But I hadn't planned to do a live, but we're doing a live on October 8th, and that's when this is we're gonna draw for this. Okay, so anyone who has entered, who got their Sew and Tells in and listed Sew and Tell on Facebook or sent me an email or whatever, your name is going to go in the drawing, and we're going to do that 1 week from today. You do not have to be present to win. I will reach out to you via however you submit it. So if you emailed me, I will email you. If you Facebook posted, I'll Facebook message you. I'll post it in the Facebook group. So if you're not in the chat next week, please do not panic. But as soon as the chat is over next week on October 8th, you guys will know who's getting this quilt. Now, if for any reason you are the winner of the quilt and you want to pay it forward to someone, just have that in mind, okay? So if you have submitted for Sew and Tell within the last 6 months, and this quilt isn't your style, or it's not something that you want in your home, or you have somebody in mind that it needs to go to, you want it to gift it to someone, just keep that in mind and be ready, okay? All right. So how are you guys today? I am so glad to be here, guys. I really am. Jody, welcome in. She says, happy early birthday. Love the quilt behind you. Thank you. So anyone who entered the Sew and Tell for the last 6 months is going to be entered. And here's how we're going to do it. So after tonight, because this took a little while to compose, Nikki B says, happy early birthday. My mom's birthday is the 8th. She's taking off and spending the day with her. I don't blame you one bit. I don't blame you one bit. So if you submitted even one picture, if you submitted one item in the last 6 months, you get the same number of entries as the person who submits 25 over the last 6 months, okay? So if you submitted one thing, you get the same number of entries as the person who submits the most, okay? So whoever submits the... Thank you, Mitzi. She says, happy early birthday. My son's birthday is today. Happy birthday to him. Congratulations to you, Mama. So I don't want anyone to feel like they don't have as much of a chance to win as anyone else. So the only thing that putting more entries in does is helps everyone have more entries. So nobody gets less entries because they didn't enter as many times. I don't want to make it a contest in that respect. But so everybody gets the same number of entries. So after tonight, sometime probably Thursday, I'm going to tally everything. I'm going to go back through and tally all of the entries over the last 6 months by name. And we're going to see who entered the most times. And then everybody who has entered is going to get that number of entries. Okay? And if you are in the Facebook group, I am going to do a post. Jane says, I just used my birthday money and got a new cutting mat today. Mine was a couple weeks ago. Awesome, Jean. That's awesome. That's a good way to spend your birthday money. Absolutely. So I don't want you to think that you're going to get more entries because you entered more. You will. Everybody gets more entries because you entered more, okay? So it's rewarding everybody, so everybody has the same number of chances. But what I'm going to do is I am going to, when I tally everything up, I will go into the Facebook group and I will post in the Facebook group only. So everybody's names isn't out everywhere. And I'm just going to use first initials of last names. So first name, initial, or I'll use your YouTube handle, something like that. And I'm going to just list everybody who's entered, so you guys know that you have the entries. Okay. I think you guys pretty much know if you've entered, but it's absolutely. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So we are going to do the drawing live on YouTube next week. You don't have to be present to win. But if you want to pay it forward or something like that, just keep that in mind. If you are present, you can go ahead and tell us and I'll redraw if that's the case or something like that. But yeah, it's going to be a blast. So while I've got you guys, before we go starting the projects, Chloe says, I love your shirt, Tammy. Oh, yes. It is October, okay? It is spooky month. We are officially in spooky month. So my shirt says, Gather Around Sisters, and this is the 3 witches from Hocus Pocus. So I don't have a lot of spooky shirts. You guys will probably see the Wednesday Addams shirt come through. I do have a new shirt that if you guys did not see it, when was it? Was it Saturday morning? I don't know when I wore it, but I have worn it already. But if you guys have not seen my new spooky shirt, you guys will get to see that too. So I do have a couple of spooky shirts you guys will be seeing throughout the month. I'm so excited. I love Halloween season, just because, again, you can be anything you want to be. You can be a quilter for Halloween. You can be someone who is taking a break from quilting for Halloween. You can do anything you want to for Halloween, and that's why I like it. I don't like it because of the spooky. I'm not overly whatever. The husband is getting in here tomorrow, so that's why Star-Crossed Path has to be off the wall by the end of the night tonight. My husband's coming in tomorrow and decorating the studio. So next time you guys see this studio space, there will be some Halloween somewhere. I don't know how much, but there's going to be Halloween. And no, I do not know. I have no idea. So there may be a nice spy. He may tell me, have your subscribers look for this or have your subscribers look for that. So I don't know. So just be aware that it's going to be decorated for Halloween. We're not going to have flashy lights. Or the disco lights or whatever. We are going to do one special event this month here in October other than our giveaway. The special event we're going to do is I am stitching out Halloween Town by Anita Good Design. Had to think for that. I'm gotta finish stitching out Halloween Town. It is in a machine embroidery pack by Anita Good Design. I am stitching mine out with purple sky and purple ground. I love purple, so might as well do purple, right? So I am stitching it out in purple, and it's going to, I want to get it assembled into a quilt top. So once I have all of the blocks stitched, I'm going to schedule a long live. I don't know if it's going to be on a Saturday. I don't know if we're going to do like an overnight one. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll brew up something creative. I do have some color changed lights in my ceiling, so my lights can change color, and I have different color lights around the studio, so I can give the space a little bit more of a creepy vibe, so we can have a little bit of fun getting that stitched up. So we will be doing that in October. In November, we are starting a whole new track. We're going to have Tuesday nights, so this normal time, 6 p.m. Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, we're going to keep. We're going to add 7 p.m. on Thursday nights. Kathy from My Hobby Home is going to be over here joining me as often as she's able to. We're going to start stitching away on Land That I Love. If you look in the description box below this video, there is a link. There's actually two links. One is Amazon, one is Fat Quarter Shop, linking you to purchase the book if you are interested in stitching it along with us. It is a flag shaped or flag designed quilt. It's a sampler quilt, so there's a lot of different blocks that we're going to be stitching together. And in November, we're going to start stitching the blue blocks that form the star area of the American flag. So we're going to start that in November. We have a couple of surprises that are coming in December. I can't give you any details about the surprises in December, but then we are going to start Fab Farm in January, as well as the Temperature Quilt Stitch Along as well. So we have a lot coming up. Chloe says, ooh, I wonder what he has in store for us, right? Right, I do too. And Judy says that she ordered her book. Yay! Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to take it easy. It's not going to be... I don't want you to feel rushed doing any of it. Yes, there's going to be cutting. Yes, there's going to be sewing. But what is a quilting channel without cutting and sewing, right? Okay? So we are going to be doing a lot of that, okay? I am going to drop Saturday mornings from my live schedule starting in November. So I am going to keep them here in October. I am going to a quilt show this weekend. I don't know yet if I'm going on Saturday or if I'm going on Sunday. I'm probably going to go on Sunday so I can be back in time for Sunday Night Live, and I'm probably going to spend Saturday stitching. But I will let you guys know if something changes. I do not have the live schedule for this weekend, but don't panic. They will get put up in time. But if I don't go live on Saturday morning, or if I'm not going to go live on Sunday because I'm still driving home from the quilt show, I will post something in the community tab to let you guys know. But I am going to keep Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and Sunday evening at 8 p.m. all Mountain Standard Time schedules. I'm going to keep those through the end of October. So we are going to keep those through October 31st. You know, I know that Halloween is not in the weekend, but we're going to keep everything as is until the end of October. And then in November, we're starting with Tuesday night. Thursday night is going to be 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so an hour later than we start on Tuesday night. And then we're still going to keep Sunday night at 8 p.m., so even one more hour later. I can't talk today. So we are going to keep those, and that's going to start in November, and we're going to run that through July. Okay, so we are going to keep that for a good 10 months, keeping that schedule, and then we're going to work with a lot of it. Jess, we have 58. We do not have 62. We have 58. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Welcome into the chat, Jess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, yeah, we have 58 pictures tonight, okay? Now, I want you to be aware, some of these submissions are people finishing their UFOs. Please do not think you are falling behind because you don't have 15 pictures submitted. Okay? Please do not fall behind. Okay? I needed to take a picture of my harvest quilt. I didn't show that. Next week, I am going to show you guys the harvest quilt, the harvest jelly roll quilt, because it is finished and it is up on the wall. So I'm going to get pictures of it taken so you guys can see that. My Zoom retreat this past weekend got to see that because I finished it and it got hung up just as gracefully late. You're no worries about that. So I'm going to get pictures of the harvest quilt for next week to show you guys. I do have a final direction and final measurements for my clients' quilts. I did get them quilted back on the 20th, and I have been patiently waiting for my client to get back into town so we can go over the last little bits because I've got to bind them. I wanted confirmation on the binding, and then we had to figure out how we were attaching it because it's going to go over a railing. So we did decide on ties. So you guys will get to see it. You guys will get to see both of those quilts for my client next week as well, because that will be the last time I have them. They are getting delivered October 8th. Actually, okay, I will have pictures October 8th because I'm going to deliver them that morning. So you guys will get to see them that evening. Okay, so those will get shown as well. All right. Who is ready to start seeing this list? Who's ready? Who is ready? You guys are so quiet. You guys are so quiet. I know you're all listening to me. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and jump into it. And then we'll come back and we'll take care of the last of business and everything else. Yeah, all of that. All right, let me get this swapped over. There we go. And I'm glad you made it here, Jess, because this is perfect timing. This is the Rayanne. Welcome in, Rayanne. Glad you made it. All right, so this is submitted by Jess from So Blessed with Jess. She said, this is Primitive Gatherings Month 1 mini quilt. It's fun to challenge oneself with. These are all, guys, seriously, these are all 1.5 inch half square triangles. The fabric is from Kim Deal and Henry Glass. How cool are all of those? They're so tiny. Chloe says she's working on a test. Okay, test CE. I'm not sure what the CE is for, but okay, I get you. She's working on a test. All right. So yeah, these are all 1.5 inch half square triangles. They're so tiny. They're so tiny. Laura says that she's ready, just exhausted today. It was 111 in Arizona. So tired of the heat this year. I don't blame you. Pam says she loves it, Jess. All right, let me grab my chat over on my other screen. So there we go. That way I can see you guys chatting. All right, so this is also from Jess. She said, worked on this half square triangle quilt over the month of September. The fabric is from Primitive Gatherings. It's their red and cream collection. This finishes at 52 inches by 52 inches. It's a nice picnic style quilt. I'm loving it because I'm looking at it and I either see hourglasses or I see pinwheels. Like it's your brain doesn't stop trying to process what you're looking at. Are you looking at an hourglass? Are you looking at a pinwheel? What are you looking at? And that's a fantastic picnic quilt. It's a great size for it. Jess says she's sorry. She's making cookies for a school fundraiser too. Only if you bring enough for the rest of us, okay? You have to bring enough for the rest of us. That's the rule. Everybody's saying so pretty and impressive. Yes, absolutely. And Laura says that I just bought the red and cream collection and she loves half square triangles. I do too. within reason. I get exhausted of them after a little bit, but I still work with them anyway. All right. Okay, now this one is also from Jessica. She said she made this charity quilt during the hurricane last week. So she couldn't do a whole bunch else. She said, come on over for the cookies. Love it. Oh, this is fantastic. You really do like those half square triangles. I can tell. But that's perfect. I'm glad you were able to spend the time during the hurricane to get something accomplished. That helps with the stress. Absolutely. All right. This is from Judy Hebert. And let me go to her list because she has her own list. All right. Now this pillow, she said that her county had its first deputy death ever this year, which is very, very sad. The deputy was a father of 2. Judy decided to get t-shirts and make his children a pillow that they can hold and have comfort when they are missing their dad. This is one of 2 that will be given to the family. That is a fantastic, fantastic gift for the kids, and for the family in general, because you want to be able to give that comfort, and that's awesome. That goes for awesome. The comment, okay, so I apologize, you guys. The comments come in about 30 seconds after, I see everything. Jess said that her heart goes for half square triangles and for flying geese. Chloe says, pulls at your heartstrings. So kind, Judy. Agreed. Pam says, sweet. Laura says, Judy, that's a wonderful idea. Mitzi says, so wonderful. Yes, absolutely. All right, now this is also from Judy. She said that she just needed to add the binding, and this crib quilt will be done. I love the quilting pattern on this, you guys. I'm going to zoom in. Look at these little swirls and circles. They are so adorable, and they're so perfect looking. I need to get that skill. I need to get that skill. Jess said, what a heartfelt moment. Love your heart. Judy says that she delivered them to the sheriff's office today, and they're bringing them to the children tonight. What timing. What absolute perfect timing. It was very precious. Chloe says that the quilting makes this. Mitzi says, nice quilting. Very sweet, Judy. The quilting is beautiful. All right. Now, she does have a couple of others. So, you guys are going to laugh. Let's see. Okay, now this one is all quilted, and the next thing she had to do was binding. I love the light coming through this. I love that it's up in front of the window and the light is coming through, because it just illuminates everything else. But if you look off to the right hand side, you can see the fabric colors that you'll normally see, and you can see how much the light is shining on those, like the what looks like white in the right hand side. Look at all those gorgeous floral prints, you guys. This is a fantastic grouping. I love the colors. I love just how, we're seeing the picture of it, and it's got to be coming to life for the person that this is going to. It is fantastic. And me, I'm not big on yellow, but this is perfect for yellow. Judy says she still has to bind it. That's okay. That's okay. I have a surprise for you, too. All right. So I'm going to show you guys this one. This one's from Judy as well. She said, pieced and now to get this long-armed this week. Okay. So this is, I'm assuming, another crib-size quilt. Laura says that last one reminds her of an abstract watercolor painting. I don't blame you. I see where you get that. Yay. Chloe says that she's all done. Now she can sew. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So this one right here that Judy shared, she shared this 2 days after she shared this one. This was the first picture, and she had said that this is the quilt she's currently working on. And then 2 days later, she posts the picture where it is all sewn together and just needs to be long-armed this week. Everybody is saying that the other one looks like stained glass. I agree. The seams definitely give it that that stained glass look. And the colors are so bright. I love it. I love it. So yeah, in 2 days, she got all these squares put together and took a picture of it. You guys, that's faster than me right now. I have not been getting any of this done in like 2 days. So it's fantastic. All right. Now, this is one that she shared as well. This is also from Judy Hebert. She said, starting to come together. If you guys remember back in September, she had a block and she didn't realize until after she'd taken the picture that the Flying Geese unit was flipped. That's why you don't drink and sew. Just saying. But she said that when she posted this picture, she said, fix the block that I oopsed on twice. Today was a better day for show and tell. I love it. I love it because then you can look back and you can see your progress. And you can see just how gorgeous these blocks really are, and your eye isn't distracted. So fantastic. I'm really glad that you came back, Judy Hebert, and showed us that, showed us what it's going to look like and showed us the progress on this. This is fantastic. So you guys, if you've ever thought about, maybe I don't want to share because, my stuff isn't finished. This isn't completely finished, is it? It's just blocks, right? So you don't have to have a completed project. We want to see your progress. We want to see how this is going. Okay? That is exactly where we want to be. So this is fantastic. I love it. Love it. They'd be great for Quilts of Valor too. All right. Here's another picture as well of those same stars. Oh, wow. She said that this one is going on the long arm this week. She is getting these chopped out fast, you guys. She's got some serious quilting time on her. Now, all right, so that's everything Judy Hebert had. Now we're to Judy Neighbors. Judy Neighbors' list is sitting here too, okay? So this is her first one. This is her Open Gates box table runner. So the Open Gates box, this is a table runner project that they had in the box. So if you guys notice inside these pinwheels, the pinwheels are all piece as well, unless the fabric is like that, but I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it should be. So she had to piece all of those, then piece the pinwheels, and then put them around. And they are looking absolutely fantastic. That's a great table runner. Judy Hebert says, yeah, that's what happens when you retire, about finishing all these quilts. All of us are jealous. All of us are jealous. We all want to have that time. All want to have that retirement time. All right. This is also from Judy Neighbors. She said, this is going to be 3 pictures. She said, I finished these this past weekend. They are for my 2 oldest granddaughters for Christmas. They wanted a candy quilt. The pattern is from Missouri Star Quilt Company. The rainbow one is for the 12-year-old. And then this purple one is for the 14-year-old. The 14-year-old one in purple and green. And these 2 quilts were Quilt As You Go. Welcome in, Susan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She says, hi, Tammy, and all in chat. Yeah, so both of these quilts, the multicolored, the rainbow one, and this purple one. Oh, hang on. And the purple one. Well, my computer. There we go. Both of these were Quilt As You Go, guys. How fantastic is that? So once she gets done piecing it all, it is all done. I like that plan. I like that plan. All right, and then this other one is also from Judy Neighbors. She said that this one is a table topper for their mom. So she now has 3 Christmas presents finished. She's ahead of me. Pam says, the candy quilts are very sweet. Jess says, I love these candy quilts, right? They're fantastic. I love the fact, Judy Hebert says that she loves the candy quilts. I love the fact that they're Quilt As You Go, because then you're done. And then this table topper is also done. So she has 3 Christmas projects out of the way. And today's October 1st. And she posted these well before now. You guys, I don't think I have anything ready for Christmas yet. So she's way ahead of me. Way ahead of me. All right. Now this is also from Judy Neighbors. She says that she finished binding her youngest grandson's quilt for his November birthday. The applique on this is from Missouri Star Quilt Company. And she said that she's been busy the last 3 months. She's trying to finish everything. Aren't these so cute? It says Born to Roar up in the top right hand corner. And all of it is dinosaurs. Jean says that she's no, even retired. I have a dozen or more going at the same time. Having every day to sew means every idea that hits your head has to at least be tried. Oh, right? I am right there with you. I am right there with you. Every idea gets tried. It's got to be tried. Susan says that she picked her 5 quilts up after working at the middle school. Oh my gosh. So you're going to be entering the first of next, the first of the next 6-month cycle. All right. That works. All right. Now this is also from Judy Neighbors. That she made this for a school friend who has colon cancer. I hope she stays warm and gives words of encouragement while undergoing chemo. The worded panels are from Missouri Star Quilt Company. So I'm going to zoom in. I love that these are all hearts. So we have believe, we have overcome, we have survivor, grace, live, strong, faith, positivity, peace, breathe, rest, fearless, hope. These are fantastic. These are absolutely fantastic, you guys. But all these gorgeous green hearts, I bet that will definitely give her a lot of comfort. That's a fantastic project, Judy. And then she said that this is also Judy Neighbors as well. I'll let you guys know when we move on from Judy Neighbors. How's that work? She said she finished quilting this. This is going to a dear sweet friend. I sure hope she likes it. It was a block of the month from Missouri Star Quilt Company a couple of years ago. She started it and finally finished it. This year, she's tried to complete all of her UFOs. I am in love with this. This would be the one, you guys, if you have a project like this that you just don't want to finish, as long as you got all the pieces and you didn't cut something wrong, send it my way. I love these colors. They are absolutely gorgeous. All of these purples. Now look at each of these blocks out here, guys. They're not duplicated. I mean, there's some duplicates in here, but they're not all the same. So it's kind of a sampler quilt as well as being the star and then the applique in the center. Oh, I'm so sorry. So that's like quilt show. That's a quilt show quilt. I would pay money to go see that. That's fantastic. I would be walking up to it and literally looking at every little bit of it. And I love the little checkerboard at the bottom and top as well. If you guys did not notice that, I think that is just fantastic. These colors speak to me. So even though every quilt in every quilt in Sew and Tell is gorgeous, you guys, this is the one that, if I come over to your house and this is on the bed that I stay in, it might be getting packed in my suitcase. I might be bringing it home. Kathy says that she's back. Welcome back. And she says, that's beautiful. Rayanne says, gorgeous. Wow, phenomenal. That's amazing. Gorgeous quilt. Yeah, you guys, exactly. That's exactly where I'm at with this. I'm in love. Okay, this is going to get judge's choice. Just going to say. If I were to give like a ribbon, I'd do judge's choice because that's my favorite. It's my colors. I'm partial. All right, now this one, you guys. Okay, Charlotte, welcome in. She says, "Hey, Tammy and everyone, what a gorgeous quilt, right? I'm in love with it." Laura says it's a showstopper. I agree. Okay, guys, this Halloween quilt. Judy was in the Zoom retreat that I hosted this past weekend, so she was able to hold this one up for us to see on the Zoom retreat. The picture is gorgeous, but it doesn't do it justice. It is fantastic seeing all the different details she's put into this, and she is quilting all of this on her domestic machine. She does not have a long arm. Susan says, how very Halloween-y, right? I love it. Chloe says, I don't blame you, right? Me walking off with it. Judy says that this one is her Halloween porch quilt, and it glows in the dark, guys. Glows in the dark. She says she can't wait to hang it out October 1st. So I'm guessing she's not in the chat because she's out hanging this quilt up. She used glow in the dark thread. And from what she told us on the retreat, all of these trees here, as she stitched them, she was stitching those in glow in the dark thread. I believe she outlined the witch in glow in the dark thread, the stars. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. So, and I think she said that her husband didn't know that it glows, which we all laughed about, because what better way to surprise your husband than him walking around the corner and seeing that something is glowing when he's not knowing that it's going to be there. But I am in love with that quilt. It's fantastic. And she says it's her porch quilt. Guys, I want to be looking at that all day. It's Halloween. It's that time of the year. I want it. I want to be looking at it. And it's so inspiring. I've got to go find my glow in the dark thread now. When she told us about that on the Zoom retreat, I was like, ooh, where is my thread? Where's my glow in the dark thread? I got to find it. Because I'm in love with this idea. All right, now this is also from Judy Neighbors, and this is her wedding ring quilt that she made for her dear friends for their 45th anniversary on September 26th. So see, double wedding ring is not super scary. I'm not the only person who's doing one. So we are doing a double wedding ring quilt starting in January. It is a temperature quilt, so it won't be quite so subdued unless you choose those kinds of colors. But that's absolutely fantastic. Loving this quilt. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think that's a perfect wedding gift. And if you guys can see, I don't know how well you can see on the camera and in the picture, these arcs here are pieced. So it's not just one strip of fabric cut. These are actually pieced sections pieced together. Kathy says that is on her bucket list. Charlotte says, oh my, can I be her when I grow up? I love it, right? I am absolutely loving it. I don't necessarily want to be Judy. I want to be part of her family so that I get so she'll do it for me. That's the way we'll do it. It's just make me your family and, add me to your Christmas list. Because she's already got a Christmas present started, guys. She's already got 3 Christmas presents done. So I'll be on her Christmas list. I don't mind. All right. Now this one got a lot of conversation in the Facebook group. This is her Ocean Pearls quilt. It is a Missouri Star Quilt Company pattern. I'm going to zoom in. We were all looking at these blue sections, and I need to go find the pattern to figure out how she did this. Because to me, especially, I see a lot of people who do crochet blankets, like the granny squares. And that is immediately what I thought when I saw this, because I didn't think it was a quilt. I thought it was a crochet granny squares. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Jess says, so beautiful. Love the colors of the wedding ring quilt, right? I love it too. They're very neutral and not overwhelming, but they're so gorgeous at the same time. All right. So yeah, this looks like granny squares to me, but it's so cute. So stinking cute. But it looks complicated. I don't know if it is, but it looks complicated. So we'll have to ask her. So next time you see Judy Neighbors in a chat, Ask her if her Ocean Pearls quilt is really hard. Like, ask her what level it is, because we need to know. Chloe says, oh, wow, the movement, right? It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. All right. Now, this is also from Judy Neighbors. She said that she had to take a short side sew. Her granddaughter came to her on Wednesday night and said she needed an outfit for 50 days on Friday for the homecoming week. So she stayed up all night and put her an outfit together. Had to take up the shirt and make a tulle underskirt and the skirt and a scarf. She started at 10 p.m. and finished at 5 a.m. so she could fit it to her yesterday. She absolutely loved it. Red is her favorite color, and she did not want a poodle on the skirt. So, Scotty it is. I think that's adorable. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, but it's so gorgeous. Jess said, I'm going to go find her. Right? Right? I think the poodle skirt's so adorable, too. And I love that it's not a poodle. It's fantastic. I love her granddaughter's idea. No poodles. And, of course, she's standing in front of a red car. So, of course, her favorite color has to be red, right? All right. Let's see. There we go. This one is also Judy Neighbors. This is the garden trellis pattern. She named it Hydrangea Twist since it has large hydrangeas on the fabric. Her church sister loved the quilt. She has it hanging in her living room. So, so much purple. So much pretty purple. I love it. I love it. So this is the garden trellis pattern, guys. I'm going to zoom in. And it looks so intricate. It just looks intricate. Jess says, just messaged her, right? Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, so this is the last one from Judy Neighbors. Now, she submitted this closer to September when we did it. Jean says, sorry, Tammy, going to have to go. Need to FaceTime Mom before it gets too late. Absolutely, Jean. Absolutely. Tell your mom I said hi. This is a quilt top for her granddaughter. She used Civil War reproduction fabric. Each block represents a story of slaves' escape from the South. By displaying a certain block on a clothesline, slaves knew where to find help and resources. So this is one of those Underground Railroad quilts. It's absolutely fantastic. And I love it. I'm Civil War reproduction is not typically my color theme, but absolutely gorgeous. Jean said, will do. Yes. Thank you. Oh, these are fantastic. And you guys, we still have pages to go. We still have pages to go. All right. So this is from Kelly. Let me see where I put her name on here. There we go. She made this tablet stand today. Very quick and easy. And this is her show and tell. So this is one picture of the tablet stand. And this is the back side of it. So she has little pockets in it. And this is it being used as a tablet stand. So it looks like it has a little pillow here in front to keep the tablet from sliding forward. The back side has a little pocket so she can put things in. And this is what it looks like without the tablet in it. Jess said, oh, this is now on my bucket list. Yep. I love the Underground Railroad. I really need to make one of these tablet stands for my husband. So, yeah, my bucket list keeps getting bigger. Chloe says, love that batik. Right? I love it too. All right, now this is also from Kelly. This is the first 6 months. She has been doing a bird block of the month through her local quilt shop. So this is months 1 through 6. I know there's a canary, a toucan, a cockatiel, hummingbird, and don't shoot me for not remembering the other names of the birds because I'm not good at that. And then I love this. She puts the single blocks. This is August block. And she put the names in the comments. So if we think we might know what the bird is, we can try to guess the bird before, before we find out for sure. Now this is the pine grosbeak pattern. And this one right here, I love this gray batik. This is the sparrow. So those are all from Kelly. I love these. They're so cute. They're paper piecing, but they're fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, now this is from Mitzi. Now, Mitzi, I do want to say I am very sorry because it looks like last month you submitted a lot of things right before the 3 o'clock cutoff, and I apparently missed them all. So a lot of yours that should have gone in last month are going in this month, but you still made it in. So Facebook apparently didn't show it to me. So we are going to get all of yours in here as well. Chloe says the fabric selection is wonderful. Yeah, I love those for those birds. It's fantastic. And those are little kits that the shop is putting together. All right, so this is the first book sleeve that Mitzi made for a swap. She decided to quilt one side of it, and the other side has a pocket. I like that. So it's got this, I think it's a dog pattern, and then the pocket she made out of the triangle fabric. I love it. The fabric selection is wonderful. Mitzi says not a problem. Yes, thank you. I started seeing the dates and I'm going, why didn't these go in last month? Am I sure I didn't get these in last month? And I was looking back through just to make sure because I was like, I should have gotten those. But I didn't want to miss them. Did not want to miss them. They're fantastic. All right, now this is an I Spy fabric quilt for a granddaughter's 3rd birthday. There is another one coming up that will be a little bit further down. This one is picture 3 for me. The other one is picture 15. So there's another I Spy fabric quilt coming up that was for a granddaughter's 5th birthday. These are fantastic. I love them. So if you zoom in, there's all different kinds of things to look for in this quilt. So this I Spy fabric is fantastic. I love how bright and cheerful it is. And you look so proud holding it up too. I love it. I love it. All right. So these are, let me see. There we go. 2 dresses that Mitzi made for her granddaughters. She had never made a child's dress before, and the granddaughters love them. It looks like the granddaughters do love them. They are fantastic. And it's really good when you get the chance to experiment with new sewing techniques. So these are fantastic dresses, Mitzi. Laura says that she loves the I Spy quilts. Beautiful work. Yes, agreed. Very much agreed. And the granddaughters do look cute in these dresses. Just gotta say. Charlotte says fascinating style for I Spy quilt, right? All right, now this is for the label on the Dragonfly quilt. She made this for a friend. It was quilted by Carmen Machine Quilting in Missouri. So this is the label with the heart embroidered on it. You guys, if I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but I can see it. They quilted in dragonflies into the quilting. It's just absolutely fantastic. And then here's a bigger picture of that quilt. So this quilt has dragonflies quilted all over it. That quilt looks so comfy. It looks so comfy. I want it. It looks so gorgeous. That would be the quilt that I would go and grab. If I saw it hanging around, I'd go, can I cuddle underneath that? That would be my cuddle quilt. It's gorgeous. All right. Now this is a mug rug that she made for a rainbow swap. And I think she got the rainbow idea down pat. I love these fabrics. It looks like it lends really well to giving that rainbow look. And I love the fact that there's the coffee mugs with coffee in them sitting there is absolutely fantastic. Susan says that she started out as a garment sewer way back as a grade schooler. I think a lot of us may have. I definitely did. I started out learning to make clothes as well. Let's see. This is a mug rug that Mitzi made for a monthly swap as well. I'm just loving this. It looks so cute. Now, Mitzi, if you don't mind telling me, is this embroidery or is this applique? Is this machine embroidery? I want to know if the Keep Life Simple mug rug is embroidery. I just gotta ask. Chloe says the rainbow is awesome. Yes, absolutely. You guys, we still have a long way to go. All right. Okay, so this one is a Stepping Stones quilt that she made for a childhood friend who had just lost her husband. This is a fantastic quilt for a friend. Mitzi says that mug rug is machine embroidery. Yay! Thank you for answering. I appreciate it. And I love these butterflies. They just pop, and the design is perfect. That is an absolute perfect design for this quilt. All right. Okay. Ooh. This is the Autumn Wonders quilt. It's a Pat Sloan sew-along. I haven't been following Pat Sloan as closely as I should have, otherwise I would have recognized it. But it is fantastic. It looks gorgeous. You've done a fantastic job. You guys, all these blocks, it looks, and Mitzi, don't tell us if I'm wrong, but it looks like everything is matching up absolutely perfect. Charlotte says, now I see what's kept you busy, Mitzi. Beautiful work. Yes. She's done a fantastic job. Fantastic job. All right. Now these are part of part 2. This is back of a t-shirt quilt. And she put Zelda video game and leftovers of t-shirts. Okay. So this t-shirt right here and here, these pieces right here, and this is Zelda video game fabric. That is the back of this right here. I love this layout for this t-shirt quilt. It's fantastic. It's not the traditional, everything where everybody, is completely square. I love the fact that it's offset, like angled or whatever, because it does give you a place to look that's other than just random. Susan says that she made the Pat Sloan quilt as well, and she recognized it, and it was her 4th Pat Sloan quilt. I need to get up on my Pat Sloan. I guess I've been working too much on everything else. Mitzi says that she says thanks, that she uses that quilt every day. That's very good. That's awesome. All right, now I told you that there was another I Spy quilt coming up. This is the one for her granddaughter's 5th birthday, and she says it was a huge hit. I don't blame it. I love the black borders. It really sets off all the colors, and especially for a little one, this is going to give them hours and hours and hours and years of hours of looking at this quilt to find all the cool stuff that's on it. And there'll still be something that they'll miss, that they'll catch as an adult. I love these kinds of things. I love it. I have not yet made one, but I do love them. All right. Now this is another one also for Mitzi. This is a chemotherapy quilt for her sister. The squares are prayer circles praying for her. The center represents her sister, and the arrows are prayers going to her. There's fabric in it from her first quilt that I made for her and from the first quilt that I made for her daughter. And the first time that I quilted a large quilt on her Bernina 770 Quilters Edition. Mitzi says about the t-shirt quilt that she told her son he would not get a generic t-shirt quilt. I love that. That's fantastic. I love this. I love that the arrows are pointing towards her, that they're, the prayers are going towards her. I love that the fabric is from her and from her daughter. It's fantastic. Charlotte says that she hates to miss all this beauty, but the vice president debate is starting. Everyone have a great evening. Absolutely, Charlotte. There is always replay. Judy says that she loves this quilt. I agree. It's fantastic. I mean, you look at it and you may not immediately see it all, but then you do see it, and it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Charlotte says, see you next time. Absolutely, Charlotte. Absolutely. All right. And Pam says, touching, love the symbolism, right? And Chloe says, so special and heartwarming. All right. Last one from Mitzi coming up is this right here. This is a shopping bag and a mug rug that she made for a music teacher in a swap. I think it's hilariously gorgeous. Why is it hilarious? I don't know. Okay. You can be mad at me all you want. It was not meant to be hilarious, but it's gorgeous. I have not had enough caffeine today, but I love the music notes. It's fantastic. And I love the fact that the mug rug matches it, because what music teacher isn't drinking coffee and needing a place to put it? It's fantastic. All right. Chloe says, so special and heartwarming. Laura says, I love that there's so much meaning in that quilt. Yes, agreed. And the chemotherapy quilt. Absolutely. All right. I don't know who's next. Let's see who's next. All right. This is from Pam. Missy says, that's okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Now, this is her project 1 of the weekend retreat. This is something that she worked on during the Zoom retreat this past weekend. This is a baby quilt top. It's the top only so far. It's for a South Dakota co-worker's first grandbaby. She came very close to needing more of the background fabric, but she made it work. Now, next weekend, she's going to focus on backing it and quilting it. She took all these little panels and bordered them out, and then this backing fabric is a fantastic choice. Absolutely fantastic. And you did have just enough, so it is perfect. It is definitely perfect. I know that math was catching us all. It was catching us all on Saturday. All right. Now, this one is also from Pamela. She said that there was no way to get a good flat photo of this one. The pinwheels and the accompanying blocks did not play well at a retreat 3 years ago. Stumbled on them this weekend and redesigned it, adding the orange and green. It's 46 inches by 59 inches. I love it. I love it. I love that you were able to take a UFO that has been, kind of sitting and hanging out and waiting, and you were able to redesign it into something that you are happy with, and I love it. It's so bright, but it's not overwhelmingly bright at the same time. It's perfect. It's a perfect combination of those colors. The orange and the greens and the purples. I love it. I love it. Pam says that it will be her first Minky backed quilt. The baby one? Oh my goodness. That's a tall order. All right. Now this one is the small half square triangles from the pinwheels from the other quilt. These are 1 3/4 inches tall. So the whole block is 9.5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Golly, you guys. There's a lot of pieces in that. I'm not counting them all right now, but there's a lot of pieces in that. That looks like my micro mini projects. It really kind of does. But I love being able to see all these up close. And, I'm just thinking about how big 10 inches is, because my paper is 8.5 by 11. So, 9.5. I mean, that's a lot in that tiny space. I love it. You guys are going to challenge me for micro minis at this point. You really are. All right. Okay, so Rayanne, I will say what she posted real quick before we get into these. She did say that she wasn't sure if these should qualify as sew and tell. Pam says that block is much brighter than the pictures. Oh my gosh, I bet. All right, so Rayanne did not think her vintage quilts that she's sharing she didn't know if they should qualify as sew and tell. But I decided I wanted to bring them in here because they are vintage quilts that she ended up with. One of them was supposed to be a graduation gift to her mother 83 years ago. That's how old these are. So one of these was supposed to be gifted 83 years ago. Her mother would have been 101 this year if she was still here. Two of these are hand stitched, and one of them will need to be restitched because it's coming apart. She didn't sew these, and that's why she didn't think that they should be part of Sew and Tell. But when we're talking about vintage quilts, they can still be part of Sew and Tell, because when you come across something that's been in your family, you kind of know, some of the history or whatever. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, Katie, welcome in. Glad you're here. When you sit and think about it, I mean, I'm about to turn. Should I tell you guys how old I'm about to turn? I guess I will. I'm about to turn 42. And I'm sitting here thinking, if this was 83 years, I mean, we're talking another 41 years before I was born that this was supposed to be gifted. So that's how long ago this quilt has been hanging around for. And it probably took a while to put it together. If you think about us taking, a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 10 years to put something together now, even thinking back to using all this vintage fabric, using all of the pieces and parts, this is still amazing. Laura says that she loves seeing vintage quilts. Pam says, Rayanne, love vintage, right? Oh, thank you, Katie. She says, did y'all notice that Tammy is getting closer to that 500 subscriber milestone? Yes, I am. I'm getting so much closer. Mitzi says that her son turned 42 today. There's a lot of us that were born this year. There were a lot of us. There were a lot. All right, so this is one of the pictures that Rayanne shared of the vintage quilts. This is another one. And this is something that, I could see us recreating today. And this blue over here is a little bit easier to look at and kind of tell what the pattern is. So we have these hourglass units, and then we have a half square triangle with half square pieces. How much fun would it be to recreate this kind of pattern, you guys? And it looks like they were done in sets of 4. And, some of them had to be substituted in because there wasn't enough fabric, possibly. It's just absolutely fantastic. Chloe says, congrats, Mitzi, right, on her son turning 42. Katie's asking Jess if she's free later. Can you and I chat on Messenger? Kathy says that she's a Gen Xer. Chloe says that she just turned 43. Susan says, as a hand sewer, yes, they take a lot of time and are filled with love in each stitch, right? I hadn't even thought about that part, too. I mean, these are most likely hand-stitched. Rayanne, you can weigh in if you were still in the chat. But especially when they are hand-stitched, they probably take at least 3 to 4 years to assemble. And that is if the person who is assembling them doesn't have any kind of delays or whatever. So these are fantastic. So this is one of the up close pictures of that quilt we were just looking at. So you can kind of see where the fabric is falling apart here and will need to be restitched. And it looks like there was some fabric falling apart here. So even though it never got to be finished and gifted, these quilts still have a lot of value in them. Just from the fabric alone that was used in it. Let's see. And everybody's commenting about the Zoom. Yes, you guys, it was fantastic. I had a blast with you guys this weekend. This is another one that Rayanne also shared as part of that the vintage quilts. Look at all of these hexies. And even though hexies, some people now sew them by machine. Rob Appel, I know the other day, was working on one that he's sewing by machine. These were not going to be sewn by machine. Not when they were vintage. It was so much easier and faster to sew them by hand. The quilters were typically going to spend that time doing these by hand. And just to look at how massive this is and how many hexies are involved, you guys, this took a lot of time and effort. So yes, this is absolutely worth sharing with us, Rayanne. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody's saying that they enjoyed spending time together and meeting everyone in the Zoom retreat. Yes, absolutely. Laura says, I love the hexagon quilt. Gladys says, amazing quilt tops. Love the vintage. I do too. I really do. I really, really do. All right. So this is the back side of that hexie. And Kathy says, loving it, y'all, but calling it early tonight. Hubby is finally in, so going to spend some time with him before calling it night. Absolutely, Kathy. Have a good evening. So yeah, even here, we've got some fabric that's falling apart in the hexie quilt, even before it can be quilted. So it is definitely important when you get a quilt top together, go ahead and get it quilted. That way it's not sitting, waiting to be quilted and never getting used. You want your quilt to be used. All right, now this is submitted by our good friend, Quilting in the Man Cave, Rob. He posted this one. He said, just about finished. He had a binding and a label left to do. He has now done that. If you guys have not checked out Quilting in the Man Cave, if you've not checked out Rob's channel, please go check it out. Give him some love. Give him some re-watches on some of his videos. He is still recovering from hurricane damage. So please do not leave him out. This is one of the projects you will see on his channel. He had just finished it before the hurricane. He actually got it quilted and bound. He got the binding and the label on before the hurricane hit. So definitely go give him some love as well. And let's see. Okay, now this is from Susan, who has been sitting here in chat patiently waiting. This is her first flower for her variation of the traditional grandmother's flower garden quilt. It will be a long-term project. So she was sitting there hand basting these and getting them ready, and then hand stitching them together while we were on that Zoom retreat. So you do not have to machine sew. You are always welcome to hand sew. It is not anything we will be dismissive of. We actually love to see it. So this is the hexie she put together. I love the fabric colors. Absolutely fantastic. And now this is the one that she submitted to the county fair. She got it blue ribbon at this year's county fair. This is called Winter Woods. It's a wall quilt, and she hand quilted it. She said when she submitted it to the Facebook group that it was now at the regional state fair. Laura says that she has a long-term hexagon project too. I have a long-term octagon project. It's not hexies, but it is definitely a long-term project. My little squares that go with it are half an inch finished. All right, let me see. Let me make sure. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I feel like I'm missing something, but it's not letting me click any further. Hang on. Let me see what I'm missing. Oh, I'm looking at September. All right, hang on. Let me go check October, make sure I'm at the end. Yes, I am at the end, you guys. That was everything. Can you imagine? We got through 58 different Sew and Tell submissions, you guys. Okay? That was 58 different images of Sew and Tell projects. Okay? So again, you don't have to have anything fancy. You don't have to have everything completed. But even the parts that aren't completed, they're inspiring. We're getting a lot of ideas. A lot of you guys are adding things to your bucket list, which is absolutely fantastic. So that is what Sew and Tell is all about. All right? So Pam is asking, Susan, is this one of the 5 you picked up? So pretty. Yes, I think it is. All right, so just as a recap for those who came in late and who have managed to hang out to the end, next week we are doing the drawing for this quilt. So one of you guys will be getting this shipped to your home as part of the Sew and Tell giveaway. Now, you can still submit Sew and Tell, and it will go into next 6 months giveaway. Okay? So this time, whoever wins is getting this quilt behind me. So next 6 months, there'll be another project. I don't know what quilt it's going to be. I don't know what project it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be something else. But I want to reward you guys for participating in Sew and Tell and giving us all the inspiration. I have gotten a lot of inspiration in this last 6 months doing Sew and Tell that, my bucket list is growing and I've got more projects on my list than I really need to have. But that is what I want this channel to be about. I want you guys to be able to participate, be able to share, be able to inspire, be able to create that bucket list, be able to have that sense of community here. And if I can reward it, that's what I'm going to do. Now, if you're looking at this and you want to know more about it, I took a mystery quilt class in Paducah with Kimberly Einmo. She is a Janome instructor. I did have to sew on did I sew on a Janome or I sewed on a Janome, I think. Welcome in, Sean. Welcome. I did sew on a Janome when I took the class from Kimberly Einmo, but this was a mystery quilt, so I walked into the class not knowing what the quilt was going to look like when I got done, and that is what it looks like when I got done. Okay, so based off of the fabrics that I chose, that's what it looks like. But next week it will be packed up and ready to ship out to whoever wins the Sew and Tell giveaway. Look for a notice on my channel on Thursday, or look in the Facebook group on Thursday, and I will tell you guys how many entries everyone's getting. And we will do the drawing live next week on my Tuesday night on my Tuesday night program. I am going to have some more giveaways Tuesday night. So if you can make it, even if you aren't getting the Sew and Tell giveaway item, there are other giveaways that I do have planned as a celebration for my birthday. Jess says that she thinks she might challenge Laura for the quilt. Absolutely. So yeah, this is this 6 months giveaway. I'm currently working towards next 6 months giveaway. So I already kind of know what I want to do for next 6 months. So just keep that in mind, that there will be another project coming up that will that will be going for the giveaway. Laura says, Jess, when she first showed it, I was in love with it. Yep. These were my colors. The purple and blue, they were my colors. So it's been gently loved. It's not perfect. So you are not allowed to be mad at my binding job, okay? I learned a lot since I did the binding on this quilt, okay? So do not judge my binding job, okay? That's the only thing you're not allowed to do, is you're not allowed to judge the binding. Jess says, I think it should be a sew-along, Tammy. I would have to see if Kimberly, where the pattern is, because I think you guys would have to probably purchase the pattern. I don't think Kimberly will give it out for free, but I would have to ask her. I would be more than happy to if she'll do that. But I don't know that she'll give out the pattern for free. So we may do something. We do have another one. Sean says, every quilt is a learning experience, as is every time you do binding. Every time you do binding is a learning experience. This is long before I learned some stuff. I actually do have a couple of projects that I want you guys to start thinking about and giving me feedback on. Glenda says, nice try, Jess, right? Katie says, your quilts are really nice, Tammy. Thank you. So I do have a couple ideas that I'm going to pitch to you guys next week in more detail. Okay, so these are not in a lot of detail, but I'm going to pitch a couple ideas to you. I do have a mystery quilt planned, but I don't know that I'm going to be ready by January to start it. So I could do a mystery quilt that I teach, that I have pattern tested, and it's kind of been like bouncing around my brain a little bit. I do need I kind of got a plan for the February freebie quilt. And then I kind of know what I want to do for April's freebie quilt. So I do have a couple of plans already in place for, coming up on those. If you guys have never done a Stitch in Heaven mystery quilt, I have done 2 now, and I am going to go ahead and sign up for this upcoming one. So they will be doing the mystery quilt on New Year's Day. So over at Stitch in Heaven's page, at Stitch in Heaven's YouTube page, you can watch the sew along there. One thing that I'm thinking about doing is doing a Zoom that same day, but I know it's a lot of bandwidth. So I know not every internet provider is going to support you guys spending the time watching Stitch in Heaven and being on a Zoom. One thing that I could potentially do is share screen so that we have the Stitch in Heaven YouTube coming through the screen on my Zoom, but it would not be online. I wouldn't be able to reblog it or repost it like that. But if you guys are doing the Stitch in Heaven sew along, the mystery quilt sew along, I am willing to host a Zoom for that sew along. So if you guys want to join me on that day to stitch along on New Year's Day, if you were already going to stitch it on New Year's Day, then we could do it. If you're going to stitch it later, you do have to sign up and get the pattern from them. That gives them tracking and everything else on how many patterns they've issued out. But it is free, so you don't have to pay anything for it. So I'm going to pitch some ideas to you guys next week about a couple of mystery quilt projects. And I'm going to pitch a couple of ideas about some projects coming up in 2025. And I want to see what you guys think about the ideas and whether you're interested or if you think it's too much or not enough or something along those lines, So I'm not saying bring your notepad and pen, but bring your notepad and pen. Just kidding. Next week is going to be fun. I'm not going to probably sew next week because it is my birthday. Can I show one of the previous quilts by Stitch in Heaven? I can actually show both of them next week. I know where one of them is. I think the other one is in my closet and I have to dig it out because it's Christmas. Pam says that would be neat. Never done a mystery. Yeah, they are the first time that I did a Stitch in Heaven mystery quilt. Here's my philosophy on doing a mystery quilt. And let me back up on that. When I do a mystery quilt, I do not go out and buy fabric for it. I don't buy a kit. If you want to buy a kit, absolutely buy a kit. I do not buy a kit for a mystery quilt. Tom needs to toss confetti on you, but then I'd have to make him clean it up. So, I'd have to clean it up. So what I do is when they issue out the fabric requirements for the mystery quilt, I look at their values for light, medium, and dark. And then I look at my fabric stash and what I'm trying to achieve. And I see how I can make it work. So the Christmas one that I did was 2 years ago. So it was a New Year's Eve mystery instead of a New Year's Day. It's just the way that the year that they were doing it, that's the way that they were doing it. It was New Year's Eve. And I did not buy a single fabric for that quilt. Everything came from my stash, and I decided I had enough Christmas fabric that I could do it with Christmas fabric. So I wanted to make a Christmas quilt, and that's what I made. After I made that, we were hanging it up on the wall for decoration, and my husband said, well, we need a springtime quilt to replace that with. So I don't have a lot of springtime fabrics. It's just not something I have in my stash. So I took the fabric requirements and said, okay, fine, I will go buy fabrics. So I did actually go buy fabrics for last year's quilt to make it springtime. But I went ahead and bought everything that I would need for that quilt, so I didn't have to do anything extra. So the moment that, I was done with the quilt, I was done with all that fabric too. This year, I haven't looked at the fabric requirements, but I think I'm going to make it a Quilt of Valor this year. Last year, that was one of the options. That was Rob's Colorway was a Quilt of Valor. And I think he's doing that same red, white, and blue kind of theme this year. So I think I kind of want to go that route this year because I am going to need some more Quilts of Valor. And if I'm going to be doing a mystery anyway, if they're, doing red, white, and blue, if it's patriotic enough, that will be perfect for a veteran as well. So that's kind of what I'm thinking I'll do with mine. Jess says, just coming back. I am also doing the Stitch in Heaven New Year's Day mystery. Be fabulous to all Zoom together. I really enjoy doing that, and we can share the string. Yeah, absolutely. Susan says, I've done mystery quilts in the past. I much prefer to know what the quilt will look like. Based off of the last 2 years mystery, and they've actually done these more than the last 2 years, but I just found them 2 years ago. I did not know about them before that. They kind of took off 2 years ago. They are making the quilt easy enough for a beginner to do. And as long as you are following a color value, like light, medium, or dark color values, and you're choosing colors that kind of on the color wheel fit, then it would work. So what I can actually do, if you guys want, is if you guys want to do the Zoom, I will absolutely do a New Year's Day Zoom, and we'll stream the Stitch in Heaven feed into the Zoom. So I'll have 2 windows going and have one go Zoom or something. So you guys can hear and see everything that's going on at Stitch in Heaven, as well as all of this. Pam says, I think 2 years ago, that's when Rob joined them. Probably. They're both doing the same colorways again this year. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, red, white, and blue would absolutely work for Rob's colorway then. They do make it simple enough for a beginner to make. Now, can a beginner typically do the entire quilt in the day? No. Did I actually get everything done in the same day? No. No, I did not. It took me another day or 2 to finish it. But I'm a fast sewer. But they make it easy so you can string piece or chain piece or whatever to get more pieces done. If you do want to buy their kits, if that's in your budget, I think they're close to being out of the kits that are pre-cut, and then everything else will be bulk cut. So you'll get the yardage, but you won't get the pre-cuts cut down. But I absolutely would be willing to do that. But I will show you guys those quilts next week. Do I have a pen, pencil? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Okay, sorry. The other thing that I do want to do is probably around the beginning of December, if not before then. I could do it near the end of November, and think that may be what we do, is near the end of November. If you are buying your own fabric for the Stitch in Heaven quilt, if you're going to do the Stitch in Heaven mystery quilt, if you're going to buy your own fabric, then what we can do is we'll pull out the quilter's color wheel, and I will walk you through how I would choose fabrics. Okay, so I can go through my stash and pick things that will work, and kind of show you what I would choose, not knowing what that quilt is going to look like. Okay, so that's something we can do as well. We can go through, I will pull things out of my stash and show you kind of how I would go about picking fabrics for the quilt, so you have an idea of what would work. Do it kind of as a mini lesson. So that's something that I can definitely do as well. Okay. I'm fading. I'm fading fast. And I still have sewing to do because I have to get that off the wall. So I am going to go ahead and get off of here, you guys. I want to thank you. Thank you for making the beginning of October absolutely fantastic for me. 58 Sew and Tell items, you guys. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So next week we are going to be giving this away. You do not have to be present to win this. Okay, the quilt behind me, you do not have to be present to win. You've already entered. Anybody who's already entered is entered to win. If you have not already entered, you cannot enter to win that. I will have some giveaways that you do have to be present to win next week. So please be present next week to win. And I will see you guys Saturday morning. I don't think I'm going to go to the quilt show Saturday morning, so I will see you guys Saturday morning. And I look forward to it. Thank you for being here, guys. Happy October. Welcome to my birthday month. Let's have good celebrations this month. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every last one of you.